be letting you get in there. Just looking further afield, down the hill, Cool Boy, on to me. There is a response. XQ, they find contact. Sixless also getting involved in that one.
Soul going to be taking a wider swing on the southern side, trying to get all their players through, but I think Mortal's just been found. Mortal's gone down again. Such a big loss for Soul, but they still have their players standing. They still have 3 alive, but SZB are on the other side. They're in the south as well. This could be their way into the circle. Very hard terrain to traverse, though. So much verticality, some of these hills will slow them down. And they're being cautious. They're trying to be careful. Are they in the circle? Not just yet. They still need to work their way in just a little bit further, but they are at least close enough now. But look who's coming. It's the Brazilian Killers. They're working their way around. They're going to be looking towards maybe the south as well. Do they all go for this? So many of the teams in the west converging. Look how many teams are coming past.
Lose a player in there. The res is possible.
Coming in.
Boy. And again, just with this circle, because of how many teams left, this is going to be disgusting. Even Yasha's getting involved from distance. M24, that's twice now we've seen that thing come into play.
They could be so deadly. If they get them just right, that could be 2 kills picked up. That could be the end of Team Soul, but it looks like they want to get into this. Look at Rhino, he's looking over the ridge, looking to see if he can get maybe a spot. Planet over there, though, going to be into circle. 12 teams still alive, fighting for survival.
SFB arrived to the party. But Soul are just waiting in the winds. They have to make the move. They don't have any vehicles. Where's the smokes? Where's the utility? I think it's been committed to get to this point. There's no vehicle for any mobility whatsoever.
Oh, the nade, is it good? It looks so
went back towards there, so most of his teams, they already got a good positioning inside.
Yeah, going to the south was tough. We're eating up towards the north now, and you know it's going to be difficult for the teams that had gone south. Queso relocated towards the south that time, and now they're going to have to sort of slip back up to the north. So that's what you get with those hardships. It can really throw off your intentions.
You know what? Looking at the map there, zooms. He's been swimming for like 5-6 minutes. I'm curious, how has he not frozen to death yet? It's cold water.
I mean, you know, had PLM gotten wiped out in that push by ARG, it would have been great news that he was out there. At this point, though, I don't know what his play is. Come in and give Queso a point, or just allow the currents to take you.
Well,
who's had the map circle for a long time, loses it aggressively, and it will have to make a hard transition. Here's what we're talking about. Soul Gaming. Very nice little spot here. They've got those 2 compounds and walls around them. That's important to note because they're very strategically valuable.
What's on the camera now is basically the next circle itself. And as you can see, there is 2 compounds.
Everyone's going to want to get inside of those walls. The upside for Soul, those walls are going to slow down potential breaches so they have a chance to defend themselves. Oh. The first one is here. Unique crashes right into it. Soul looks like they want to play. We're watching it. We're waiting. They go ahead and burn down 1 and 2. Ronok and Viper putting in some serious work. Meanwhile, GCB defending against the Queso push. They come around. He tries to flip out the heel, and that is exactly what
XQF, they do lose 1, though.
That's a huge problem for XQuest. They have a long way to go, and now they only have 3. The shift comes in. It goes away from Soul. GCB gets the compound, but now they have to stop every single adventurer trying to find their way in.
The question
is gathering information. He'll call his team if Top Esports pushes. The rest of the team is watching across the road to make sure they hold off anybody who tries to push in on them. Rose Yunjun doing a great job of holding. Mystic, the magic boy, by himself, trying to hold. It looks like they're right on top of each other. He gets one down. He's inside the smoke, but now everyone from Top Esports knows where he is.
He gets another one.
Second one, and the flush. That's the double. Mystic going to be excited about that one. Top Esports, their heads are spinning. They're not sure where the bullets are coming from at this point.
Mystic, can he get a 3rd one? He gets a 3rd one!
Mystic is on fire as he takes out Top Esports. The 2nd place team is falling to Queso, for they'll knock out a top competitor for the 2nd time in this match.
No one saw that coming. Busa, they now have a really good compound almost for himself. Mystic from Team Queso helping them out.
RRQ, 3rd place, dies to Queso. We see Top Esports, 2nd place, dies to Queso. Can Mystic do it? Can he go the distance? We'll wait and watch as we go to the 1st place team, XQuest, Cool Boy, keeping it low, keeping it slow, trying to get himself into that circle. But Jimmy's up in the mess.
Everybody's putting out smokes right now. They are crawling. They are trying to make their way in. Jimmy, as you said, inside the zone. Cool Boy, not inside the zone.
Mystic going for the first aids. The blue tick is real. He's going to have to pop lock and take off running. Get himself inside if he can. He does get low and slow as he waits it out. ELG coming from the far side. Soul is up there on the edge as well. They're inside of the smoke. The fight breaks out. It looks like Soulmortal ends up going down. They're down to 2 players, I believe. We've got ELG with 4, but they're outside the circle. They're going to have to make a wide open push to try to get in here.
Soul needs to try and maybe try to hold it down a little bit better. They are in the new circle, but it's gonna be rough with all these teams all around them right now.
Yunjun knows where Jimmy is. He heard the crash. He knows that someone's in there. I don't know if he has the grenades to take him out. He's going to want to do that. Mystic, remember, still on the outside causing problems. Rose has been assigned to keep his eyes on him and make sure he doesn't come in. Jimmy trying to gather information. Justice now is off. So the smoke goes off. That means they knew that they'll have the space to get the res. Meanwhile, Soul taking some serious fire out from the outside. Elite Gaming absolutely lighting off our Indian team as they try to hide between their homemade fortress.
That's the problem of being in the center of the circle. It's gonna be so hard.
X-Quest was eliminated during that fight. The number 1 team is out. Looks like ELG going to continue to crawl forward here, trying to get themselves into the mix. They've been doing a good job at the Kendi like last time.
By the cube
On Everest, right? Because no one's gonna be able to come up that hill very quickly.
Well, that's the thing. I'd say you don't want to spread like that because you want to make sure you take one end of it.
Meanwhile, while X-Quest is climbing mountains, 69 is executing amphibious operations as they try to sneak up on Soul at the Cube compound. They go into the water, they slide up under the bridge, and honestly, if they take that bottom bridge and they sort of play the troll role, they could catch Soul off guard.
Well, the thing is, they could move with the river towards the east and then pull up on Soul by the cube compound there, just by the riverside, and it's really hard to hold there from Soul.
Especially if that cube gets crashed. If there's a shift towards it and another team crashes them, 69 gets a chance to come up and possibly clean up 2 teams in the process. So we'll stay a little bit with this throughout the rest of the match and see exactly how 69 handles it.
Team Unique out there on 15th place.
Oh, so that will be the end of Team Unique. Unfortunately, they could not get traction after that early on fight with Nova, and a rough out for them. So reminder for you guys, we've lost 2 teams. That's Team Unique and Scars Black so far. Nova is down 1, as is Team Queso. Everyone else still running hot with 4 players each. The question is, who has the compound? Who gets the circle? And where does the next shift go? White Cat looks over at Lachine, takes some shots. 69 team, they know where they are, but Soul, I think, is still a little bit unaware. Lasha does make a push. The nade was out. Oh, no, a bad nade bounce. The spray is there. Everything is unraveling, and having one person. No, what?
Oh, he gets him with his nade. He gets him.
Oh, no.
The thing is, though, that the rest of Soul is on the other side by Q compound. And Crosa, he could move in here. Maybe. Be careful, because White Cat, he is still scouting this.
I don't know if that's a PogChamp or a what face. That was absolutely rough. These
It was a 200 IQ nade.
200 IQ nade. Excellently executed. That was incredible. Anyway, so now they're both like...
They're going for the rest. Soul is going for the rest. 2 of them are coming in here.
No man left behind. These guys have fought together. They've been playing strong. He's gonna get it. He stopped the tick. Now Top Esports firing some bullets in there, but the res is going to go off. They should be able to get the heals, and the nade ends up working out. Soulmortal does go down to Groza, though, as 60 to go back there. Soul and now stacked up in the lighthouse. They're not going to be happy about that. It's not where they want to be. Top Esports really in a good spot to just consistently harass Soul.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No one can actually get pretty close to Top Esports here. They're playing this really well by themselves.
I mean, that's the thing about this compound. The problem is if they have to leave it, they're on the opposite side of that. There's no way to get cover on their way out.
Well, also,
which they're going to need to as the next circle starts to establish itself. The south of I'm surprised that they haven't been taking shots at Top Esports already.
Question is, what is 69 going to do? Because you don't want to be in that riverbank right now. It is not the place to be at.
Yeah, but they don't have a lot of choices. They made a play. It didn't work out due to a grenade that you just can't expect. and they put them in a tough situation. So we'll keep an eye on them. Soul has recovered, which is very impressive, and got their team back up and running. Let's take a look at some other, and it may work out. Top Esports in the water trying to cross that area. PLM though, and Soul hoping it won't happen. Soul up on the rocks, gonna be able to just try to rack up kills from behind the bridge as everyone else comes in. Soul's in the circle for us. They don't have to worry about pushing.
They just need to hold this off. They need to hold everybody off from the north side. Meanwhile, we also saw a big E-Tron going out on 10th place.
Soul in a really good spot, knocking people out inside of the water one after another. Meanwhile, Bigatron also putting in some work over in their location. And slowly but surely, Top Esports needs to remove Soul from their top of the box, unable to be stopped. Purple Moon has been in from Queso.
ARG got the stack of containers. The only one that is going to be left in the next circle. They want to go to the south side. They want to hold people out right now.
KK Skur gets a nice little grenade, but it's not going to be enough. Mortal hiding behind the burning car, trying to defend. Meanwhile, XQuest is taken down by Nova in a nice shot. Nova killed in return. This fight is absolutely insane. A minute ago, there were only 2 teams, 19 big. Now, Busan, RRQ, Unique, PLM, 69 team, Bigatron, XQuest, Scars, Black, Space Station, and BRK are out. We are down to 6 teams with 16 people alive.
Soul had one thing to do, and that was holding Top Esports from crossing the river. They couldn't do it, and right now they are falling to them.
Top Esports putting in work. Meanwhile, ELG trying to move up. Marco, the last man from Queso. XQuest is eliminated. Our leaders in the lobby are out. The top 5 left. Nova goes down. The back-to-back winners earlier today. The threats are dropping one after another. That's first and third place. Top Esports saw that and knows this is their chance to potentially end the day in first.
It's not only for them, but also Elite Gaming. They got some people back up, and they're trying to move their way into circle, but it is going to be rough. Not going to lie. There is nothing in terms of cover for him to work with.
Absolutely. I will tell you, Soul is doing everything they can to defend against this Top Esports push. They've been playing it very well. Yet again, Elite Gaming with no cover and just grass is putting in work. Marco tried to stop him. He goes down. Queso been a bit of a spoiler throughout the tournament here today. We do see them drop. 4 teams left, but 13 people alive. Viper gets the knock there on Top Esports. He's going to make that big push. We see KK Skur trying to prepare. He's watching the top. He doesn't even care what's happening behind him. Viper trying to figure out how to come up. He gets knocked down on the rocks just a little bit. Has to switch out to the left side.
Wait, did he get KK Skur? He's still up.
Throws up the smoke. They're just trying to find a way to move away from the blue wall.
White Cat goes down, and KK Skur last man standing for Top Esports right now. Soul looking strong.
Soul's got the smoke wall. If they can get KK Skur out and take that box, they're in a good position. But KK Skur ain't Skur to nothing. He does take one down, but Viper returns it. That'll be the end, and Soul in the pole position to take this one home. Top Esports, the top 3 teams on the leaderboards are out. Soul and the Indian fans are hyped. They've got a smoke wall. They've got a crate, but ARG 4 up is not about to give up the win easily.
Elite Gaming still 1 man strong. They have made a good effort to keep themselves alive here.
ELG with 1 player, all rejection with 4, and Soul with 4. Soul has been fighting since the cube to keep themselves in this one, and it's working. ARG doesn't have a lot of cover. Both teams going to snake forward. We got a UAZ and a crate in terms of cover out here. ARG has the strongest position. The nade's going to hurt them pretty badly as the team tries to creep forward. Good spray. Gets the knock. He gets the blind knock. Beautifully executed as he now has to readjust. They know where he is. Number 2. He gets the double. Now it's going to be down to 2. ARG going to try to get their guys crawled back to get the reses on the UAZ. Soul has 4 up. Now's your chance to try and make a play here and get yourself there. Sarah goes down. He's finished off. That's going to leave 3 alive and 1 knocked on All Rejection Gaming.
ARG not looking good now. 2 men left, and they are spread out. Planet on the left side, as you can see. Lapis by the little guard tower over there.
Ronak gets another knock. Viper on the offside. They're spread out all over the map. Elite Gaming staying low on the edge of the blue. Could potentially play spoiler, but for all intents and purposes, it's 4v2 right now as Soul has their shot at the big chicken dinner.
Everyone moving in very slowly. The thing is, if Soul can go for the US, they can get a good cover to work with, but look at this.
He gets him. Lapis goes down. It's a 4v1v1. He's executed. This could be the moment that Soul gets their win. They're moving slow. They're keeping it in the grass, listening for every sound cue, every moment. There, they see him. That's the end of ARG. 2 teams left. 4v1. ELG is going to do what they can, but I don't think it'll be enough. Soul
Takes
puts
it
in
all.
the work. They had the cube. They earned it. They fought off Team 69. They made a push to stay 4 strong. They stopped Top Esports, and they took the win.
Remember what happened earlier in the sniper tower? Nate got dropped. That's the thing that led to the victory itself here.
Was the nade the turning point? Who knows? All we know is Seoul has fans aplenty. They worked hard to get here to Berlin. This is their moment in the spotlight, and what a way to end day 2. That's it from me and Froz. We'll see you tomorrow, but for now, let's send it back to the desk to talk a little more about Team Seoul.
That's right, an out-of-body experience for Team Soul as they're able to get themselves the final chicken dinner of the day. Game number 10 goes to India. Mortal looks immortal here as he finishes it off with the rest of his squad. Great stuff coming out from Team Soul to claim themselves the victory, and they'll be pushing themselves up the leaderboards. I have 7, I have Scoom, I have Avenger, and the crowd is going wild for Team Soul.
I could not be any happier for this, especially for Mortal, especially for the fan base from India. They're so passionate. They have been following him for the longest time, and every time they're just always supportive. So congratulations to Team Soul. Gacho, because that was just an amazing performance by them.
Yeah, I mean, it was bound to happen. We saw them today. They were consistently getting better and better and better. And they got this finally the win. And finally, they deserve for the fans. The fan base have been voting for them, and they got this win for them. It feels good. It was a really well played as well.
I really love the play towards the end game as well. How they crossed the river, managed to get everything there. 9 kills as well to boot the win with 39 points. It's going to push them up the leaderboard and further into the higher of the prize money.
And actually, talking about the leaderboard, Team Soul in the past 3 games, they've been 5th place, and now 1st place, which is a huge momentum, especially going into the final day, Championship Sunday. Can they go ahead and continue this kind of performance? Can they go ahead and continue to just perform like this, especially for their fan base? As I was mentioning, they're so passionate. Oh my God, I'm actually so happy right now that they won.
I know, considering all the circles towards the end, obviously kind of focusing around crates area, etc., they were one of the teams that opted not to commit to crates to try and get themselves a little bit of wiggle room near the water.
And I think that was really smart. You saw, as soon as we saw the crate was center, we saw a lot of teams just getting cars in. We saw Space Station Gaming coming a bit too late, and everyone's already established and they blew up. But we did see Soul just take your time. Let them kill each other. Maybe it will shrink away, and if it does, we're going to have super control. It did shrink away, and they just controlled the riverbank and played it perfectly from then on.
And one of the plays of that match was actually, I believe, when Wise just threw that grenade. He got knocked. Luckily, the grenade stayed inside and knocked that other player. It's great awareness by them.
Take a look at some of the highlights here from our final game of the day. This was unfortunate, to say the least, as everything went down, but they did manage to recover from the situation valiantly, in fact, and obviously that grenade, very, very important.
Yeah, this set them up to cross the river, because had that not happened, maybe 69 might have held them, and this game would have been completely different. That nade, that 200 IQ nade, actually ended up saving them, and ultimately for the success.
We'll call it that. It was a 200 IQ nade. You worried that
least expect when you're going into these kinds of battles, so you can definitely catch people off guard.
Yeah, absolutely. So very, very well played there. But now I'm going to head over to a Soul clip. This one is in the final circles now. Soul, they've crossed the river. They had the position under the bridge. They were trying to stop Top Esports crossing the river. Unfortunately, they failed. But with the smokes that started to appear on your screens from ARG, that gave them the cover they needed from the rest of the team. So there was the Elite Gaming ARG combat going on. They used that to their advantage, and as you can see, they'll start to push on through towards Top Esports position with the strength of a couple of smokes, a little bit of cover. You've got Viper leading the charge. They take down Fireboy. They've yet to take down KK Skur, but as they start to push through, they notice that maybe they actually want to be moving forward and taking a little bit more position. So you can see the call comes back, they rotate in, in and they move in towards Whitecat. This movement sets them up for the dominance that they had in that final circle. They could move around the smokes that actually ARG were putting down, and they came back to bite them. So a really, really strong final set of calls for Seoul. What a way to end it out. I'm super, super happy, obviously, that my guys, they were able to get it done, and in the end, is what I really wanted to see. A beautiful chicken dinner.
I'm not only happy for the team, I'm happy for the crowd, and I'm happy for you as well that you got your Seoul win. There you go. All right, well, thank you very much, John, of course, as we can now head over to an interview to round out the day. It's Team Seoul.
The fans are cheering because I've got none other than Mortal joining me now. And first of all, it was a bit of a disappointing start to PMCO for you yesterday, but today you finished strong and you proved why you deserve to be here. How does it feel to get that chicken dinner, Mortal?
It feels really amazing, and it was very difficult yesterday because first of all it was the first time at such a huge stage, and there are 15 other teams who are world class. So yeah, we were a bit nervous, but then today we were ready for that.
You certainly were ready, but I do want to ask about what happened early on Erangel when we saw a bit of a nade mishap. I'm not going to mention who naded because I don't want to nade and shame, but actually you managed to recover from that very quickly. So talk me through your reaction to that situation.
Not me, but then many of them would have realized how important teamwork is in such a situation where, the nade, it fell in the place where he was knocked, and then we started to give some cover fires to him. That guy, out of pressure, he went inside, and then boom.
I think SNT will be avoiding your booms tomorrow, and also props to Ronak for getting the res in as well. Now, it was a very tense final fight. So I'm curious as to how the team coped in that moment, because finally the win was within your grasp. So how did you keep your cool?
So at first it was very important for us to, beat the people who were on our right side, who were on the ridge over there. And right after we beat them, we thought now it's possible to, get inside the zone, to crawl inside the zone and take out the other teams. And thanks to one of the players who actually helped us from the other team.
Yes, it was Elite Gaming, and he took out the last member of ARG. Did you even know that he was still alive?
Yes, I was pretty sure there was a guy over there, and that's the reason, when I saw the vehicle over there. When he took down the last person, I ran to the vehicle because I knew the last person was on the left side. Yeah.
Now, Mortal, you do have a very vocal audience here, and you have so many fans at home. 2 million subscribers on YouTube, one of the biggest PUBG Mobile influencers and content creators out there. So I think I need to ask, do you have any words? Do you have a message for the fans?
Thank you so much, guys, for all the support. आपने शुरुआत से हमें support किया है. Thank you so much. बहुत hard.
Well, there we go. Congratulations to Team Seoul. I hope that you finish even stronger tomorrow.